Good afternoon, everyone. I'm with San Rivers Program of the University of Florida. My name is Eric Chavez. I'm here with today.
My name is Hilda Pedroza.
May you spell that out, please?
Hilda, Hilda Pedroza, Pedroz as in zebra.
All right. May you explain today why you're in protesting in DC, please?
I'm here today to be the voice of my brother. His name is was David Ordaz Jr. He was murdered this past March 14, 2021. He was murdered in front of our home, in front of our entire family, outside in the sidewalk, by 4 deputies from the East LA station. Their names are Deputy Remin Pineda, Nathaniel Trujillo, Jaime Romero, and Edwin Navarrete. My brother was having a mental health crisis when I actually called them to help us, because previously 10 years ago they had helped us the same way, where they diagnosed my brother with anxiety. This time we knew he was in a depression. He was just not diagnosed. My brother came closer to our side. Once the deputies asked him to get out of the car, he moved towards our side, and we believe that he was coming closer to us because the entire family was outside calling him to come over when the deputies started shooting. My brother had a knife with him, but at one moment he was in the ground without a weapon, and they still continued shooting him. It was more than 10 shots, and at that moment I remember screaming, "Stop, stop," when an execution shot came from Remin Pineda, and who shot him and executed him at that moment in front of us. And right now where we're at, because it is so fresh, we did have our, we filed our lawsuit a day after Villanueva, who is the sheriff from the East LA, for the East LA sheriffs. He said that he had let one officer, he removed his powers to bear arms, and we believe that it's Remin Pineda because he was the one that executed him. And you know, my brother left 3 children. The youngest is 10 years old, the oldest is 16. And my parents, of course, my dad and him were best friends. And they have left us traumatized because we witnessed it. We witnessed it. We were there. We haven't received any help so far. And it's so hard to go through this. It breaks our hearts to even come out of our home because we see that spot every single day where my brother fell and it was executed.
Yeah.
It becomes so hard for us to even look out the window. And the hardest part of everything here is being outside in the streets, a block away from my home in a Superior grocery store, where I'm able to see those deputies still out there. And the other 3 that remain, that I saw with my own eyes how they murdered my brother. Now I get to see him in our streets. Not just him, but the other 3. We get to see them in the streets, and there's nothing we could do. And that should never be normal. That should never be allowed for it. And no one should ever go through that. And this is why we're here. We're here to make sure that your brother, that your family member doesn't have to go through this, that you don't have to go through this pain. We're here to fight, to make sure that these officers are prosecuted, that we have some justice for our family, because we know complete justice is never going to come our way, because our family members are never going to be alive again. But we need some sort of accountability for what they've done. They need to be held accountable. And we ask for justice. We ask for them to be prosecuted. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Is there any last personal statements or just like last words?
You know, we ask that they could help us, give us the actual raw footage. We're asking for these officers to be prosecuted. And we also ask for you to follow our struggle. Follow us on Instagram. on Justice for David Ordaz Jr. and follow us and help make this aware, make people aware of this. There's a lot of people still, even in our community, who are pro cops, who are not aware that when they call someone, when they call a cop for any minimal thing, sometimes just because there's a transient outside their home, they're calling the cops. They don't know what they're doing. They're not aware of the damage that they could be doing to this person. Because no matter, even if they're a transient, they're still a person. They're still a human being. And what they do to them, we don't know. I have heard from many people who say that they're not scared of going into the station because of the other people who are being arrested. They're scared of the cops that are in there. And we want us, all of us, we need to take that blindfold off and know what we're doing. Try to do something, go into the community, help the community out, and let's make everyone else aware of what's going on without cops.
Wow, okay.
We need to help fund our schools, not the cops, but help fund programs, community programs.
Wow. Oh, thank you so much. May you say his name again?
My name is Hilda Pedroza.
And the victim, the murder?
My brother is David Ordaz Jr. And follow us on Instagram, please.
Justice for David.
Thank you.